Number 4. All right. Kathy is a repair technician for a phone company. Each week, she receives a batch of phones that need repairs. The number of phones that she has left to fix at the end of each day can be estimated with the equation P equal to 108 minus 23D, where P is the number of phones left and D is the number of days she has worked that week. What is the meaning of the value 108 in this equation? All right. So this question is what I like to call it a linear modeling question. Okay, because they give us an equation. Okay, so it's a linear equation. We have P equal to 108 minus 23D. And they're trying to ask us what's the meaning of 108 here. What does it represent? So if you think about like a linear equation, so the most commonly used form for a linear equation is the slope-intercept form, which is y equal to mx plus b. Okay, so this is the slope-intercept form. All right, and then it's called slope-intercept form because we have a slope and a y-intercept. So m here is the slope, and then the by is the y-intercept. Okay. In terms of an application question like this, like a modeling question, the slope is always some kind of rate of change. Okay, the slope is always a rate of change. And the y-intercept is always going to be some initial amount. Okay, initial amount. So that's what we begin with. Okay, so the initial amount, that's what we begin with. So to apply this to this question, you see the 108, that should be our y-intercept because that's like the number by itself and it's not attached to a variable. And then negative 23, that's our slope because it's multiplied to d there. And d is like the x value pretty much for this question. All right, so they're asking us to interpret the meaning of 108. And we said 108 is a y-intercept, and the application question like this, y-intercept is always the number that we begin with. All right, so here we should begin with 108. And then from here, we either increase or decrease from here. But for this question, negative 23, so we decrease from 108, okay, as the time goes on. So what does 108 represent? Well, so this whole model represents the number of phones that she had to fix, right? So 108, that's the number that we begin with. So that means she must have 108 phones to fix, right, at the beginning of the week. So it should be B. Okay, she starts each week with 108 phones to fix. Okay, so that should be our answer. If they ask us what does the negative 23 represent, well, that means each day she will fix 23 phones, right? So as the number of day increases, the total number of phones will decrease, right, by 23 each day. So it's a negative 23 for a slope. Okay, so for this type of question, they will either ask us the slope or the y-intercept. And you want to remember the slope is a rate of change, and the y-intercept is always the number that we begin with. So that's the initial amount.